All right, what's up? This is 40 plus objections within 19 minutes. Camille Vasquez, Amber Heard's lawyer, asking her ridiculous questions that obviously will have no foundation or evidence behind them. And so she just keeps objection over objection. And it's, one of the many reasons that she lost this case. Oh, man.
It has been suggested by Ms. Vasquez to you in your questions that you didn't tell anyone about the abuse until the TRO. Is that true?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
All right. What if any? All right. Who did you tell about the abuse during the time it was happening?
Objection, Your Honor.
It's
Leading
not offered to.
and hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's prior consistent statements.
It's leading. It's
I love how she keeps arguing with the freaking judge. She's like, it's leading. It's sustained. Move on. And Elaine, her lawyer, for the Amber Heard's lawyer, is just like, but I wanted to ask the question. Because if I don't get the answer and ask the question, I won't get the answer. I want to lead people to believe something that isn't true because I have no evidence. So I just want her to talk about stuff. Oh. And Camille's just like, yo, talk about the facts, talk about things and create a foundation for why you're asking questions instead of just leading her through this maze of answers to try and get what you want from it. It's ridiculous.
sustained. Next question.
Okay. What, if anything, did you tell?
And her favorite thing is what if anything.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Like, what if anything? They say, no, you can't ask that question anymore. You should probably ask it in a different way. And her answer is like, okay, so what if anything did you see transpire that night after Johnny Depp did this? And they're like, sustained, like she's like objection, hearsay or whatever, leading, no foundation, and then the lawyer's like, okay, what if anything?
I'll sustain.
It's so bad. I like how her friend, her lawyer friend, is just
shared the fact of abuse prior to 2015.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading. Calls for hearsay.
How many?
Overruled that one.
How many?
Roughly about 10.
Can you name them?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I think she can. It's not offered. It's just showed that she informed people before. They're suggesting.
Objection, Your Honor. Can we approach? This is, again, inappropriate.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she goes up to her interview and talks about, after losing this case, I don't understand, people were just not being fair to Amber Heard and weren't listening to her. And yet her lawyer's doing BS like this, and it just makes Amber and her lawyer look bad, man. Like, come up with good questions. Come up with a good line of questioning that invokes something from the people that you're trying to convince that this happened to her. Like, it just makes no sense. God! And then she sits up there and complains and acts like, oh my gosh, Your Honor, can we talk about this? I don't know how this judge maintained her composure through this. Like, they're just ridiculously annoying. It's crazy.
Now, you were asked whether you had consulted a medical doctor about any problems with your nose, correct?
That's correct.
And you indicated that you, in fact, had after the divorce,
Objection,
correct?
leading.
Did you or did you not consult a ENT after the divorce?
Objection leading.
Okay.
Did you produce medical records to the defendants relating to this?
Objection leading.
Okay.
Close.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you.
Leading.
And-
Next
and
question.
Your Honor, if we could,
let's,
the
if-
witness could be instructed not to answer until I've
All right.
lodged my objection.
Wait for the objection, please.
Could we bring up Defendant's Exhibit 1077? Do you recognize this document?
My screen is black.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Yes, I do.
And could you tell us what it is?
That's the what my ENT, the ears, nose, and throat doctor, told me was
Objection, Your Honor.
the
Hearsay.
damage.
All right. When there's objection, please stop talking. Thank you. All right. I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Okay. I'm,
Yes, Elaine. What would you like to say today
what
in
if
court?
any, you were asked if you had,
What did I say? What if any? You know, that's her go-to. It's like when it's not enough, you know, what
it
if
was
any?
suggested that you had not produced this in discovery. Is that true or false?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Your Honor, she absolutely did that.
It's leading. It is leading question.
It's so crazy. I love how this lawyer's just like, don't follow the law, break rules for me. Like, I want to ask these questions, but I have no reason for why I'm asking them. And I have no evidence to truly support what she's about to say. And so Camille keeps shutting her down because she can't ask the questions the way she's asking them. And instead of coming up with a better line of questioning, she was unprepared and didn't know how to ask it, or maybe shouldn't have even been asking the question at all, but is grasping at straws now because she doesn't know what's going to happen, and I'm sure they know they're losing this case.
Question, though. I'll sustain the objection as to leading.
What, if anything, did you do to produce medical records to the defendant, to the plaintiff in this case?
I turned over all of my devices, and they had the Johnny's team had a third party or someone they selected as a third party go and pull all relevant documents from those devices, which I handed over.
Do you know how many were handed over?
Hundreds of thousands, I believe. Maybe.
Objection,
many
Your
more.
Honor. Lack of foundation.
All right. I'll sustain the objection.
Like, so it's not that she's saying something about it. It's that she's asking her very specific questions that Amber wouldn't know the answer to. And if she does, it's questions that she can't be specific on. So it's mainly just her guessing. And when you have something like that, it's not allowed in court. It has to be factual. It has to be presentable. People have to understand what you're, you know, you have to give them actual facts. It's the same reason that they say hearsay throughout this, because it's like, you know, they'd even do it with Johnny when he would start giving too much information that really doesn't have anything to do with the question he was asked. So they're saying, you know, this is hearsay. He's just telling a story, but it's just a story. There's no way to back it up. It's just kind of crazy that through this entire trial, she never gets that.
Next question.
And Elaine just keeps asking these dumb questions.
What, if anything,
What, if anything? Like, oh my God, how many times do we have to hear this?
did you produce to the plaintiff in connection with your consultation with an ENT specialist relating to your nose?
Objection. Leading.
Sustain.
What, I said, what if
Foundation.
anything, Your Honor?
Hearsay.
What if anything? That is not the cure-all. It's sustained.
The judge is like, yo, just an FYI, Amber Heard lawyer, Elaine. By the way, I know this is crazy, but you may want to think about this. What, if anything, is not a cure-all? You can't just use it to ask the same exact question over when the first question wasn't an appropriate question. You can't just add what, if anything, to the beginning of it, and it's good to go. I hope you understand this, ma'am. Amber Heard's so mad too because she's like, I can't lie more. I can't tell things that I wouldn't even. I have no way of backing up with any sort of evidence. It's just my word against their word. I don't understand why they won't allow this in court.
When did you see
her.
an ENT specialist?
Look at her face.
2017 or 2016 or 17.
And as a result of that consultation, what did you learn about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'm not asking her to tell what they said.
No, I'll sustain the objection.
And the reason, you know, I think some people will watch this and be like, this is unfair. Why can't she say anything about it? And it goes back to, this is not in evidence. She has not given any of these documents. And this was after the marriage was over. A year passed when they weren't seeing each other. She supposedly went to a doctor, didn't provide any medical records, any evidence. And now she's trying to say, well, I talked to a doctor and this is what they said. But she doesn't have anything to go off of to say that. Like, it's just her saying that, well, I went to a doctor with no evidence that she actually went to this doctor, why she went to the doctor, anything. But she wants to talk about it like, you know, this guy said something. And she's refusing to allow her to ask this question because it's out of the line.
What, if any, production did you make to the plaintiffs of your medical records with the ENT?
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
If you only have foundation.
Do you know?
You see this? Like, judge is like, you know, you can't just ask that. Where's the reason for you asking this? Do you have evidence?
Whether the records, medical records from your EMT were produced in discovery in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor, lack of foundation calls for speculation.
I'm
I'm
asking.
overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall? I'm trying.
It's just like, there's no way you're going to be able to ask this question, Elaine. You can't ask the question. Just move on.
What, if anything,
Oh, ooh, new idea. New idea.
did the
Okay,
medical
okay.
records reflect about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Oh. They're closing down the evidence, you heard? They wouldn't let her talk about this evidence that isn't there, but it's, you know, Amber's just gonna get to talk about it and act like, oh yeah, I did go to an ENT and this is exactly what the ENT said. Why didn't you get the ENT to come and talk about it? Why didn't you get the evidence put in to show us what the ENT put down in their notes about why the visit, what they talked about, and for what reason she was there? Why is none of that there? But they hid evidence because they wouldn't let Amber Heard talk about things that weren't real, that didn't happen, that she has no evidence that they did happen. And so she can't narrate a story saying all these things, I did all these things.
Yes.
This lady never got medical treatment for any of these things that she said. Like I'm saying, look at how straight this lady's nose is. But apparently, Johnny Depp hit her so much that it broke it twice. And without having any surgery, it has healed perfectly straight. Everything's great, you know?
I have
I'm going to
bunch of
object
scar
to
tissue.
I'm going to object to the extent it calls for.
I have a bunch of scar tissue because I did probably illicit illegal drugs that are not allowed. And it ruins your nose.
For hearsay and lack of foundation
Overruled.
and improper expert opinion.
Well,
Well,
She can certainly testify too.
got him.
We'll see where it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a significant amount of scar tissue in my nose.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
See? Because it's like, why can't you get the doctor to come? If she did really speak to a doctor about this, why didn't he come, and why wasn't, he or she an expert brought forward to talk about what her and Amber Heard talked about? Instead, they want to ask Amber Heard about it and just allow Amber Heard to speak in whatever way and manner she wants in order to convey the message they want that person to have said. But there's no way to ensure that was actually said, because there's no evidence besides what was told to Amber. And they did the same thing to Johnny, where he was trying to say that somebody had said this or that. But even if they did, you can't prove it. So it's not admissible in a court of law. I don't understand why this is so hard for Elaine and Amber to understand, but she looks disappointed as hell. I'll give her that. I am so sorry.
What, if any, difficulty do you have breathing?
Objection, leading.
What, if anything? And that does cure it.
What if anything? And Judge, even though you said it doesn't cure all, it does cure all. Like, this is not fair.
No, it doesn't. But I'll overrule the objection.
Thank you. Do you remember the question?
I have a significant amount of trouble breathing at night, and
Ben Chu's
putting
like,
off having surgery
God,
for it.
please stop this. This is brutal. Hopefully she
Now, you
changes
were
gears.
asked
Okay.
about December
Here we
15,
go. This is going to be a good line of
2015.
questioning.
And Ms. Vasquez suggested that you did not report the abuse or the injuries to Aaron Falati. Do you recall that
Objection, Your
question?
Honor, leading.
Your Honor, I'm entitled to go into what Ms. Vasquez asked.
The objection is leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you report,
Okay.
what, if anything, did you report to Aaron Falati
She got it again.
about the abuse you sustained on 12/15?
It's going to slide through this time.
Objection, leading and hearsay.
No. No. Dude, she almost had it. She almost had it. This was her
Did
moment.
you tell Nurse Falati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries
Okay.
you sustained from the 12/15/2015 attack?
I did. I believe I sent her pictures too.
Okay.
Okay.
And did you text with Nurse Falati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries
Okay.
that you had
Okay,
suffered
we're
as
getting
a
somewhere,
result
finally.
of Mr. Depp's attack on you on 12/15?
Yes, she guided me through a concussion check.
And did you tell Connell Cowan about the injuries you sustained?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Wait, what? But she told somebody, verbally told somebody. You can't use that in the court of law? Bro, I told my boss I was about to quit the other day. I swear to God, I told him to his face, dude. I said, screw you, I'm quitting tomorrow. I swear. I did it. You're telling me I can't use that in the court of law? I stood up for myself that day.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection at this point.
Oh my, dude, this judge is so unfair. How could she sustain that?
Do you recall Dr. Laurel Anderson testifying that she saw two black eyes
Objection,
on
Your Honor,
12/17?
leading.
Sustain as to leading.
Okay. What, if anything, do you recall from Laurel Anderson's testimony in this case?
This is the
about
one.
what she observed
This is the
on
one.
12/17/2015?
Objection, Your Honor. This is outside the scope of cross-examination.
It's prior consistent statements.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
It's observations for
I'm
the
gonna
12/17, the same day. they
Sustain
said she
the
could-
objection.
Move
question.
on.
May I approach?
Okay.
Judge is like, please, God. I
When in December did you see Dr. Laurel Anderson?
Objection, lack of foundation.
Overrule.
I saw her 2 days after the attack.
So on what day did you see her then?
That would have been the 17th of December, 2016, and I told her what happened.
Okay, we're getting
Objection, Your
somewhere
Honor.
again.
Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
And when did you...
What? What?
17th of December, 2016, and I told her what happened.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Wait, so her telling somebody and not having proof of her telling and no way to confirm that she told the person that? You can't do that? You know, I think the biggest difference between her and Johnny Depp, right, is that when Johnny Depp got you know, bombarded with hearsay or whatever, he just moved on. And sometimes he was a little bit, you know, snarky with Mr. Rottenborn, but he moved on. But, you know, and he started learning. Like, he started stopping himself and saying, you know what? That's hearsay. Amber Heard, no learn. I know not what hearsay is, even though I have been called on it about 4,000 times at this point in the trial. I still don't know what it is, and I'm still going to say stuff that doesn't have any foundation and can't be used in a court of law because there's no evidence for it.
Objection.
And when did you see Dr. Connell Cowan?
I saw him the next day, December 16th, is my best recollection.
Let's jump to East Asia for a moment. And we saw a number of pictures from the backless dress.
Camille's like, oh, I'm not done yet.
What, if any, motivation would you
Elaine?
have
Okay.
to claim that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back, knowing you had a backless dress?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
I can bring
calls for
this out.
speculation.
It's still leading. I'll sustain the objection.
My God, dude!
Why did you say that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back in East Asia?
In the closet of the hotel room in Tokyo, I said that because it happened to me. And it would have been much more convenient if I was making it up to not include that detail, knowing I had a backless dress and I walked a press line and got photographed.
Okay. She was actually able to answer a question. She almost looks like she's about to break into tears, though. I'm not even going to lie.
Testimony about Mr. Depp making a total of $65 million in 2015 and 2016 from his experts.
Objection, Your Honor.
Why did
Leading.
I haven't asked the question
Hearsay.
yet.
I mean,
Why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Your Honor. Leading.
I said, why did you not ask?
Irrelevant.
I'll
The
sustain the
explanation.
objection. Sustain the objection to leading. Next question.
Why can I just ask? Why did you not ask?
At this point, though, look at this lady's face. She's just like, you can't ask that. Move
Overruled.
on.
Because I didn't want it. I realized that that's what I was entitled to, but I didn't want it.
Liar, dude. You're a liar.
That simple.
So she didn't want it, but then proceeded to take the $7 million that she didn't want and not donate it to charity, even though Johnny Depp hadn't even sued her. After she had gotten the money, they proved it in court. She had had the money for 13 months, so a year and 1 month after receiving all the money from, divorcing Johnny Depp, she still had not donated any, even close. All of the money that had been donated, except for I think like $200,000. So she donated like $400,000 in total of her own money. I think, maybe, possibly. Maybe it was $100,000 each. And she's claiming she gave it all away because she didn't need the money. She didn't want the money. And the only reason she didn't give more money away and she didn't actually donate the $7 million, well, it's because Johnny Depp sued her a year and a month later after she received all the money. It makes sense when you think about it.
The tape recording that was played that has you laughing quite a bit. Can you tell the jury what the context of that particular tape recording was?
I don't really recall a whole lot about what was going on. I know we had been fighting kind of ad nauseum and in this sort of loop, if you will, and I'm doing my best
circular
to,
arguments, those happen. Okay.
not show my pain. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Trying to be tough. Not show what kind of pain I was in.
All right. Finally, she answers the question without using hearsay.
Now, Ms. Vasquez asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got your role in Aquaman?
I auditioned, not Johnny. I auditioned. I worked really hard, and I went to.
All right, I'll concede to her that, you know,
Justice
she may
League.
have gotten
I went,
that role
I think,
without his influence.
5.5 months early before filming commenced, when I heard that they wanted to fire me, and so I put myself in the job.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away.
I worked really
what they
hard.
said.
I worked really hard on that.
That's all you had to do, Amber. Was all you have to do is just say the facts and don't add all this stuff. That there's no way for you to prove whether it was said or wasn't. Just state your facts.
And had to prove myself, and I did that for, even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off.
What a hard
That's
worker.
why.
Hell
What
yeah.
if any role did
That's what
Mr.
I'm talking
Depp play
about.
in your getting Aquaman?
None.
He tried to have me fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor.
No proof.
Speculation.
But definitely
All right,
tried.
sustain is speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation and hearsay and lack of foundation.
I'm trying to lay a foundation.
All right, if you lay a foundation.
I saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the texts.
I'll sustain the objection.
Judge is like, lay the foundation. Get it to that point where you can ask these hard-hitting questions. Come on. Where's the evidence to lay the foundation to have this supported to where she can talk about it? Give it to us. We need to know. And then Amber, in all of her brilliance, gets it thrown out just like that. Hearsay.
Just a hearsay. Next question.
No evidence.
You were asked about Isaac
Can't talk about it.
and why he and that he saw no marks. What is your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd?
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a
Amber?
distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him, actually, right after it happened, what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, she's such a liar. She's such a manipulator that even when she knows she's going to get called, she just keeps trying to sneak it in, like hoping that Camille won't pay attention to the fact that she keeps trying to say things that there's no evidentiary proof for her to be saying. She has no foundation to be talking about it, no proof that this actually happened, but she just wants to say it and speak her truth, even though there's no evidence of the truth. And she she continually does this throughout the entire, go at it. And that's why there's all these objections, because she just won't stop saying things that are outside of what she's allowed to say. And she refuses to learn, so she keeps trying to just make up BS and talk about things that she would have no way of knowing and no way of proving that she had known about it. And then she acts like she's getting like bullied or something.
Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what
Like her lawyer is even trying. She's like, please, for the love of God, Amber, just state the facts without saying what other people said to you. That's all I'm asking you.
what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection,
That's
Your Honor.
impossible.
Leading.
I'll sustain the objection. It's leading.
Please describe for the jury your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of let him know what happened.
Objection, Your Honor.
You see what I'm saying? Like, even in that, it's like, she's like, well, yeah, I told them all about it. But then where's Isaac Baruch to back this up? There is no Isaac Baruch to back this up. And so she can't use that because she has no proof except for her just saying that's what she said. I don't understand why this is so hard for her to grasp. It's actually crazy. I feel for her lawyer a little bit because even though, Camille is awesome and stopping her, Elaine is trapped because Amber can't give her the answers that she's looking for without getting hearsay every time.
Hearsay.
Or leading.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Science's testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Science's testimony relating to your injuries?
She's got
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor said I could.
What? What? I thought I was for damn sure. I was positive that she had her right there. That was a good line of questioning. She started out with the bread and butter, the gold standard for questioning. What if any? Then she followed up with, question. That was very specific, but she did say, what if any? So obviously, she's not looking for anything. That's why it's just a what if any. Then, the specific, I can't even speak. She's got me so psyched up. That was a good question, and the judge just not allowing her to say it, dude. I swear to God, I can't say the word right now.
What, if anything, do you recall of Officer Science's testimony in this case relating to your injuries and the property destruction?
I recall her saying that she didn't feel that the state I was in was enough of an injury to her, or wasn't injury seeming to her.
Dude, she literally rolled her eyes. It's too much, dude. It's too much. Look at this. Okay, all right.
It wasn't injury seeming to her.
Okay. And what about the property damage? What, if any, interactions did you have with Alejandro Romero during the week of May 22?
Overruled at this point. You spoke to him.
I spoke to him briefly in passing after seeing my face.
If we can instruct the witness.
If you could wait till after the objection, please. All right, next question.
What did Mr. Franco do on the elevator before laying his head on your shoulder?
He touched the side of my face and responded to what he saw.
We talked about you were shown a bunch of newspaper headlines, and there was one in particular.
Yeah, and where's James Franco, Where's Elon Musk? Where's all these guys being like, yeah, dude, I saw all these things on her, like, while I was hanging out with her, even though she was still married. We were just friends. We were just friends, I just was hanging out with my girl. And she was showing me all these things that went wrong, and but I can't show up for her in court. Don't want to look bad.
Referring to sexual violence, what, if anything, did Mr. Waldman do to you relating to that article?
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation, calls for speculation.
What did he do to her?
Unintelligible. I don't understand the question.
Overruled. We'll see where it goes.
He was carrying the paper that had that headline on it that he leaked and threw it at me at the UK trial. We were unfortunately sat kind of, actually literally next to one another with COVID spacing in between us, and he threw the paper down at me as he sat down with that on the cover.
And where was that?
In the UK, at the UK trial.
Objection, Your Honor. This is beyond the scope.
That's not beyond the
No,
scope.
overruled.
Thank you. Why did you tweet about the makeup and Mr. Waldman?
Because he was calling me a liar and a hoaxer, and that this was an elaborate hoax just to get Johnny.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
I mean, it never stops. It never stops with this girl. And look at her face. She is not happy. Ain't happy. Poor lawyer.
I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
All right.
Oh, no more questions? But you had so many. Okay, Elaine, here's one for you. Okay, what, if anything, could you have done better to maybe convince the jury that you know, Johnny Depp was indeed a liar and an abuser? What if anything? I did. No, Camille, God, stop saying objection, man. It's not fair, dude. Okay, what if anything? All right, I'm gonna stop. You know, I don't want to make you guys too upset with me. You know, what if anything do you guys have to say in the comment section about this amazing experience that you just experienced with me? It was pretty brutal to watch live, and it was pretty fun to react to this later and just laugh at the absurdity of it. All right, peace out.